These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey weirdos, it's me, Squeaky Frome.
And me, Tex Watson.
And this is Morbid.
We're not Squeaky and Tex.
I'm Ash.
I'm Alaina.
You've got it stuck in your brain that I murdered somebody. What do you want to call me a murderer for? I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. Maybe I should have killed 400 or 500 people. Then I would have felt better. Then when I felt like I really offered society something.
We recording.
Hello, weirdos.
Yay. We're in a very, very hot pod lab.
We are swelter-skeltering.
Swelter-skelter.
It's so hot.
You're so funny.
Thank you.
So we're going to be continuing Ash's favorite trippy guru.
Trippy.
Charles Manson.
Yeah.
And something kind of funny happened 2 days ago. It was kind of
What?
perfect timing. We didn't plan this. It just happened.
We also haven't talked about it, so you were going to hear my live
this is
reaction.
Exciting. Leslie Van Houten was denied her 21st parole attempt on June 30th.
Which one? Her 20...
Her 21st.
Wow, girl.
So apparently in January of this year, of 2018,
Yeah.
the parole board actually recommended her to be released.
Whoa.
Because she's, like, getting education in prison. She's like,
She's
changed
reborn.
person. I'm not 19 anymore. I'm, like, 68. Like, fuck you, Leslie.
Like, that doesn't
And-
change the fact that you're still a murderer.
Well, and the governor of California, Jerry Brown, overturned that.
Hell
was
yeah.
Like, oh, no.
Hell yeah,
because
Gerald.
he was like, what the fuck? She's a monster. And he was like, have you not listened to True Crime Podcast? She's the worst.
Like, hey guys, go listen to Morbid, a true crime podcast.
She was brutal. And he said the reason he overturned it was the aggravated nature of the crime alone can provide a valid basis for denying parole, even when there is strong evidence of rehabilitation and no other evidence of current dangerousness. So a judge was like, yeah.
Well, yeah, like, that's great that you're cool now, but you weren't, and you still did a crime.
She I mean, she stabbed people, as we'll talk about later. Like,
she hella
did
stabbed.
shit. She was one of those, and she's one of the girls that you see in all those pictures.
Yeah.
With the 3 Manson girls that are
And
the
she
defendants.
carved her fucking face open.
Who were, like, carving their face and shaving their head and singing songs as they walk into their murder trials. So she didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And she was 19 at the time.
Right.
So, like...
You knew enough to...
I just wanted to make sure,
give
like,
a shit.
Leslie knows that she's a piece of shit. And it doesn't matter that you look like a friendly grandmother now.
Yeah.
You're still a piece of shit.
We get it. You're a prom queen or homecoming bullshit, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Like, whatever.
You a murderer.
Yeah, you staying in prison.
At the end of the day, you a murderer.
Truth. Yeah, I think that was my update on her. So...
Cool.
And then later, I have something else to say about one of the victims' mothers has made this kind of very difficult for her to get out of prison, which I'm like, you're a boss.
Oh.
But yeah.
Sick. All right. Should we just, like...
Yeah. I think we should just jump right into it.
All right.
They've been waiting long enough.
You guys have been waiting. All right. So just to recap, I think we talked about the song that Dennis Wilson claimed as his own.
Yes.
And it is Never Learn Not to Love, but it was originally Cease to Exist when Charlie wrote it.
Because Charlie wrote it.
Charlie did write it, and it is a song that you can listen to, but
Unfortunately.
Charlie's not singing it. Unfortunately. I'm just kidding. So... Yeah, Dennis Wilson really pissed Charlie off.
Yeah.
To the point where Charlie left a bullet in his bed.
Which,
Just saying, like, hey, I know where you are.
Sending messages.
I know where your kids are. And, like, fuck you, Dennis, essentially. But what it comes down to is that Charlie knew that he couldn't actually, like, get the family after Dennis or do anything to Dennis because Dennis had close ties to music producer, I believe, Terry Milcher.
Yep.
So, big name. Terry Milcher, also his mom was, I believe, Doris Day.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
she was.
Cool
I have that
beans.
written down somewhere, yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, he had produced over 80 hit singles within a few years.
Yeah, he's no joke.
So he was really just doing the damn thing.
He's
He
doing
produced
his
for,
thing.
like, The Doors, other people,
The important one is the Doors.
The Doors,
to be quite
yeah.
honest.
So Manson was, like, I believe we said it last episode, like, super determined to get signed by Terry Milcher.
Yeah.
So
Just wanted to be a
Milcher,
rock star, damn it.
he really just wanted to be the 6th Beach Boy.
Oh, as
because I
we've-
did some
yes.
research and there are 5.
So now we all know.
Also, I didn't actually do research. I was just watching a documentary and I counted them, so I hope I didn't incorrectly count.
That's research.
Research.
Sure.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
research. I trust your
Documentaries.
counting skills.
I'm fucking swelter skeltering.
I've seen you count before. And
1, 2,
you're
3, 4,
pretty
5.
good at it. You're pretty good at it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, Milcher heads over to Spawn Ranch to listen to Charlie and some of the family perform. Manson tells the family afterward that Milcher promised him a record deal. Wrote a contract. Why didn't anyone see the contract?
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Who destroyed it? Were paper shredders alive back then?
that might be bullshit.
Probably a little bit of LSD.
Yeah.
And you had to make a correction.
Oh, yes. Speaking of LSD. What was that?
Was that Annie?
I don't know.
Did you just go boom?
Why does this shit keep happening
I
during
don't
the
know.
podcast?
Yeah, this is weird. Someone went boom.
We might be in a haunted laundry room. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Maybe Charlie's like, tell them what I was actually
fuck
feeding
yeah,
my
I keep
followers.
forgetting that he died.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, you got it wrong.
Maybe he's like, Ash, you look like one of my followers today.
Oh, yeah. We should probably mention that before I even go into this. I know we said we sent a picture out last time.
I did. We're not taking one today. I didn't do this on purpose either.
And last time Ash was dressed as a flower child.
Yeah.
And today,
Now I kind of look like a
Ash
murderer
showed
because
up
I'm sweaty and hot and
to
bothered.
my house in a tie-dye t-shirt and no shoes, which
Yeah.
is so Manson family.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm pretty positive that Ash has officially joined the Manson family after his death.
I might have.
I mean, go.
Just like,
man.
you don't have time for
Don't
shoes
include
sometimes.
the murder. Just go for it.
I was already late and I just couldn't find shoes.
I mean, we don't all have time for shoes.
yeah, it's summer. Fuck shoes. Hell yeah. Okay, but
So,
your correction.
My correction is
Correct me, bitch.
It's not even correction. It's just like an addition. So we mentioned LSD quite a bit.
Right.
That's what he could, which he did use.
Yes,
quite a
not
bit.
wrong.
And he had his followers use it quite a bit. That is totally right. But there's also another very potent substance
Which this is cool.
that
Well,
he
fucked up.
was giving his followers in the form of a tea. So a super trippy tea. This is it's a plant called Belladonna, and I think they basically use the root to brew the tea. And it's crazy hallucinogenic. Like
you can hallucinate
way
for,
more than LSD.
Like weeks.
Literally. Like, so Tex Watson is one of the followers that is a main guy that we're going to... I mean, I have a little thing to introduce him next, because I don't think we've introduced him yet.
No, we haven't introduced him,
we haven't introduced a lot of the new key
main
players.
Yeah.
It's kind of... I'm mentioning it because Tex Watson was on this stuff when the murders occurred. So.
Right.
So this is a plant that grew around Spawn Ranch, where they're currently staying in that whole commune lifestyle. And Tex Watson, in an interview, said that Charlie and him were driving through the hills of Spawn Ranch. They met some guy. The guy kicked him off their land. Manson is like a huge big shot, obviously, and was like, I'm gonna poison him. Do you know how to poison people? And he was like, yeah, there's this shit on the ground right here that'll fuck you up for days.
Here it is, right here, bud.
And it was Belladonna, and Charlie was like, oh shit, I can start using this in smaller amounts and just have people tripping balls everywhere. And
that was Charlie's dream. He just wanted everyone tripping balls and to be a rock star.
And he had one of the girls making tea from it, because apparently she was very adept at making tea of Belladonna.
Such a fucking love child.
This girl
love thing to do.
Said that she had some of it and she was feeling the effects weeks afterwards, having blackouts weeks afterwards. So this shit is no joke.
Yikes.
Now, this is just from the tea. You actually bite into that root and you're going to be fucked up for like ever.
For like your entire life.
Tex, before the Tate murders that we're going to mention soon, he bit into it.
And just like ate some of it.
Yeah, like he said he just bit into it. It looked like a yam, so he bit into it. So he said, he is quoted as saying, people call LSD a hallucinogen, but it is not anywhere near as hallucinogenic as Belladonna. I mean, you hallucinate so strongly that you completely lose touch with what you would call reality. In other words, if I were on Belladonna now, I wouldn't necessarily have to be seeing all these people in this courtroom and all of you. I may just be seeing palm trees in the ocean in another reality.
That's insane.
So he would literally just be somewhere else. It's like, that's how hardcore it was. And he said at one point it made him, like, foam at the mouth and shit.
Holy shit.
So it's like, no... So I think that's one of the things he was using, too, to, like, just fuck these people up. And, I mean, and Tex joined the group. His name is also Charles, which is funny. But they called him Tex because he was from Texas. From a small town in Texas. And he just kind of, like, met... I think they met at Dennis Wilson's house. Yeah. Like, during all that shenanigans.
He just fucking met Tex. Who knows?
And then he was like, hey, you want to be in my family? And Tex was like, yeah, I'm fucked up. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Like, here I am. Okay. So, Manson tells the family that Mildred promises him a record deal, paper shredders, fucking contracts, never happened by. Later, Mildred has second thoughts, apparently. I don't know if that's true or if it just never happened. And he tells Charlie that he does think his music is good, but he says...
Like, he got a lot. A lot of people
his music
said,
was
like,
good.
People were just kind of like, you're kind of weird.
Charlie's main problem was that he's fucking bananas.
Like, he's bananas.
Like, you just tone it down, bruh.
Seriously, I think he was just too excited.
But, I mean, so was Ozzy Osbourne. It worked for him.
I know.
But I feel like the music that Charlie wanted to do, you couldn't be...
And he was surrounded by, like... It would be cool if he was surrounded by a group of, like, just normal...
Like flower ladies.
Flower chick. But, like, I think these girls were, like, a little
gnarly.
And the dudes around him, too, because he was getting dudes around him now.
Yeah.
So it's like... I think there was just a lot of
There's just too much going on. He says his music's good, but I wouldn't know what to do with you. And I wrote, he literally says, I would not know what to do with you.
Because how do you market him? That's the problem.
He didn't know, and like, I don't know, and I don't know if you know.
That's the thing. They're like, you're talented in a way.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know how to bring you to society.
Right, that's the thing. And that's why Charlie hates society.
Yeah, and that's
because they didn't know what to do with him.
That's kind of a bummer.
So that, I wrote, is the moment where Charlie, in all capital letters, loses his shit.
She really did say that, too.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Still waiting in line? Again? That's time you will never get back. Save time and money with Stamps.com. Over 4 million businesses have skipped the line with Stamps.com. Join them to save up to 90% off carrier rates from your computer or phone right now. Print postage for certified mail, registered mail, and packages in seconds. Then schedule a pickup right from your home or office. For a limited time, go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST for a free welcome gift. Taxes and fees apply.
So just keep in mind that Charlie knows Milcher lives on Cielo Drive, but what he doesn't know is that Milcher moved out of that house, and that is when Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski move in. Just a little tidbit. But there's a few things that we gotta go over first. Charlie's enraged by Terry Melcher's alleged betrayal, and he becomes more obsessed with Helter Skelter and creating the race war, like we said last time.
Yes, because it was like during the race riots and stuff.
Right.
So he was like, oh, I think...
He had a little, like,
he said
he used it.
Yeah, exactly. And he thought, like, the White Album was giving him, like, codes. Only them. Like,
Yeah.
Pointing, like, he was, like, telling the family...
Beatles knew him.
That this is just to us. Like, they know that we're listening. It's like... Well,
Maybe he was doing, like, a little bit of Belladonna.
he was doing a lot of Belladonna, I think. Like, early January 1969, like, after they were, like, really getting into the White Album and starting to think that this White Album was speaking to them, that Charlie positioned the family in, like, LA in another house, and it was basically so that they could monitor the situation. That was his whole thing. Like, because there was racial tensions in LA, and they wanted to monitor everything and see how it was panning out.
And that was the Canary Yellow House.
It was a Canary Yellow House in Canoga Park, which wasn't far from Spawn Ranch, so they could move between them easily. They called it their Yellow Submarine because, you know, the Beatles song.
I think they liked the Beatles.
I mean, I feel like maybe they did, but I think we're just assuming that because of the time.
Yeah.
I
They
think
knew
we're being a
one
little
song.
presumptuous. They might have known a couple songs.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
I'm not sure.
Maybe they could name one of the members.
They
I
knew
don't know.
Helter Skelter.
Helter
Have you heard that one?
I haven't heard that one personally,
Yeah, me either.
but I trust you that it's a song.
It is.
That'll make sense later. So he called it their Yellow Submarine for the Beatles reference, obviously, but also because he wanted to make the group submerged beneath the awareness of the outside worlds in their submarine. This is where they started, like, singing songs together and recording songs.
Kind of want to hear them.
Right. It's like one of those things where you kind of want to hear them.
Kind of don't want it at all.
Something bad might happen if you hear them, so it's like, I don't know.
Like, I'll feel like I'm on the fucking weird team.
Yeah, I feel like it's like the Ring tape. That, like, you're like, I
Yeah.
want to watch it.
I don't.
But I'm going to die in 7 days if
Yeah,
I
I'm
watch
not
it.
watching that shit.
No, I'm not going to watch that shit.
Fuck that.
But I'm also not going to listen to this shit. So
It's true.
But it's the same thing. So this is also where they came up with the whole Helter Skelter plan of the race war, and they were going to do all the shit. So this ultimate plan, Helter Skelter,
Yes.
is as follows. The family would create an album of songs similar to the Beatles' White Album.
But different.
Probably totally as good as the White Album, too.
Doubt it.
Because their skills were on point, I bet.
Charlie's were.
Probably not Beatles on point, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, they were going to create this album of songs, and they were going to put in all this hidden shit that was going to be triggers for people to understand that Helter Skelter was upon
Like
us.
how they felt the Beatles were
Exactly.
talking to them.
It was going to be like subtle codes. That
I
they
feel
were
like
gonna
your
put in
husband's never going to listen to the Beatles the same.
there. I feel like he's not, but
He still will, though.
he will, yeah. I mean, our child's name is Lennon.
You also played the Beatles
So-
at your wedding.
Just want to put that out there. We like the Beatles. In
Let's
this house.
triangulate ourselves.
Not as much as the Manson family, or
No.
not in the same way, but we like the Beatles. So, what was going to happen, this was the plan. This would trigger everybody to understand that a race war was upon us, Helter Skelter, go at it. So now, they were going to say that these murders that they committed, the ones that we're about to talk about, they were assuming that everyone was going to assume that black people did this. So these awful murders that were committed by black people, obviously, that was going to be met with, like, crazy vengeance, and that there was going to be this crazy split between the races that just grew even bigger.
Right.
And then they also knew that within the Caucasian race, there was going to be racist white people and non-racist white people, as there is. Now, those two groups were going to, like, converge
destroy
upon
themselves.
each other, and it was basically going to be like self-annihilation.
Right.
Like, the whites were going to annihilate each other.
But then...
And again, I'm using the whites and stuff. This is all, like, from
Their
his
plan.
Yeah. So, this was going to end in, you know, black people triumphing over white people.
But then...
But, so this would happen. And then, the family who were riding out this whole shitstorm underground
In the bottomless
in
pit.
something called, quote unquote, the bottomless pit.
Which they started to make, right?
They were making a secret city. That's what they wanted to make beneath Death Valley, and they were going to call it the bottomless pit. And that's where they were going to ride out this whole shitstorm. And then they were going to emerge after the white people annihilated themselves.
How are they even supposed to know?
Exactly. This is just all
Drugs.
Such dirty hippie shit.
This is drugs.
Because this is when they would come out and they would rule over the black race. That was their whole plan. Is that they were going to come out of this fucking underground city, and that black people were going to be like, oh my god, you must be it. You are gurus. And they were all just going to bow down to them, and then they'd rule over them.
So they were like racist piece of shits also.
They were racist as fuck.
Yeah.
And, I mean, later Charlie carved a swastika into his head. So,
yeah. So did he just turn the X into a swastika?
I mean, I think the X probably healed. I don't know if he did it that.
Yeah, because the X healed for everybody
He later
else.
had the swastika tattooed onto his head.
He carved it first and then it was tattooed.
So yeah.
Who fucking tattooed
So that's the ultimate plan.
So he starts telling members of the family that they're going to have to show the blacks how to start Helter Skelter. Just help them, you know?
Help them.
Just give them a helping hand.
And he called them the Blackies a lot.
Yep, the Blackies.
Makes me feel some type of way.
Yeah. I also didn't call them the blacks. That's the quote.
No, yeah, I was going to say that is...
I'm not a horrible person.
When we say these things, it's from his mouth.
It's quotes, yes.
Like, we don't call people the blacks and the Blackies.
Sure
so
don't.
Just know that. Sure do.
Yikes. So, Charlie puts Tex Watson, who we mentioned before, in charge of preparing the family with money intended to help them during, the conflict, the race war. Tex... It says he defrauded African-American drug dealer Bernard Lotsapapa Crow.
I love it.
Is that how you say that?
It is.
Lotsapapa?
You have it exactly right. Lotsapapa.
Great. Lotsapapa. I got a lot of dads.
Lotsapapa.
Crow, so he defrauds him. So does that mean he just, lies to him or, robs him? I didn't get that.
I think it was basically he owed him money or
drug money.
He was gonna give it. Yeah, it's it's a very weird.
It's unclear.
Yeah.
Basically, he lies to this guy, and this guy gets pissed off.
But basically.
And this guy, Crow, Lotsapapa, threatens to wipe out the whole family. Yeah. And Charlie responds to this by showing up to his apartment on July 1st, 1969, and shooting him.
Yes.
So, that's how I take care of all my problems as well. It's perfectly understandable. Manson later sees a news report of the discovery of a body of a Black Panther, and he believes this to be the body of Crow. However, that is not the case because
he was not a Black Panther.
1 was not a Black Panther, and 2 didn't die.
Yes.
He didn't kill him.
It was,
so he later, shows up in, these, news reports and blah, blah, blah.
So, at this point, he basically, because he figured now the Black Panthers were going to be coming
after
them, so he turned Spawn Ranch into,
he puts, armed guards.
He put, night patrols. He was we need to be ready because Helter Skelter is coming down very soon.
Because we fucked over this black
he was
guy.
This is it, guys. It's happening.
But Crow wasn't a Black Panther.
No.
So I don't know why. I think he just assumed that all black people were.
I think he's just super racist.
He's just misled.
Understand?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Fucking Charlie.
So
he's still convinced. I mean, they didn't get any money because Crow got pissed off.
Yeah.
And he's still convinced that the family's going to need money. So he sends Bobby Busalil. Is that how you say that?
Yes,
okay.
I think so.
I'm
it's a very weird. Beausoleil, maybe?
Beausoleil.
Beausoleil.
Okay.
Beausoleil.
So he sends Bobby Beausoleil, Mary Bruner, who is the chick that he was married to. I'm pretty sure. The first girl.
Yeah, the first
They
girl.
have a kid together.
Yeah. They have Moonbeam or something, or Valentine. Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear.
Close.
Moonbeam, Pooh Bear, fucking
it's
every name under the book. Sunshine Dust.
Yeah.
So he sends Mary Bruner, Bobby, how do I say it again? Beausoleil, and Susan Atkins, crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, Susan Atkins.
To the home of Gary Allen
Hinman. Be
Hinman.
dead, by the way, I think she's dead.
Yeah, I think she did die. Anyways, so he sends them to the home of Gary Allen Hinman. So Gary was a music teacher and PhD student who some of the members of the family had previously stayed with. He's described as basically the nicest guy ever.
A kind, gentle soul.
And he was he took in people a lot to stay with him that needed to stay.
That's how he befriended them in the first place.
Right, they stayed with him for a little bit. Moral of the story is don't be nice to people.
Yeah, don't.
So Manson, for some reason, thought that Gary had stocks and bonds and also believed that Gary owned the property on which he lived.
Mm-hmm.
His idea was to send the members of the family to his house to convince Gary to join the family. Clearly, this does not go as planned, and the family ends up holding Gary hostage for 2 days.
Yep.
During that time, Mary. During that time, Manson apparently slashes Gary's ear with a fucking sword.
A fucking sword.
Like, Charlie Manson, where'd you get a sword?
Charlie Manson, settle down.
Yeah,
Like,
just
settle
Drink
down.
some regular tea, maybe some sleepy time.
Like, what are you doing with a sword, bro?
That's the last thing Manson needs.
Yeah, can you imagine that little turd coming into your house while you're being held hostage by these funky, dirty
And Charlie's
hippies?
just like, here you go.
And he comes in with a sword?
He's
You're like, what is happening right now?
He's wild.
like, ugh.
So he slashes his ear, they hold him hostage, and basically Manson instructs Bobby, I'm not going to say his last name because I keep fucking it up, to shoot Gary.
Yep. Beausoleil, by the way.
But thank you.
I just like saying it now.
I just don't. Someone writes in blood on the wall, political piggy, and draws a panther paw.
Ooh.
Which might have been Susan Atkins because she did some drawing.
She does some shit.
She's all about the drawing.
I also found an alternative theory as to why they killed Gary Hinman.
Gary Hinman, cool.
So there's that. And I think that's part
That
of it.
is a theory, yes.
And I remember hearing, and this is courtesy of Last Podcast on the Left, so I want to give
Who
them
we just
cred.
saw.
We did see them, and they were amazing.
That show was so good.
So good. They actually said that they researched and found that Gary Hinman may have been like a small-time mescaline dealer.
Oh.
And that he made kind of like a funky batch that like didn't go so
Oh,
well.
bad drugs.
And that the family had ended up, before all this occurred, before they, held him hostage and all that shit, they were like the middleman between his drugs and this biker gang. So they
Okay.
were like selling to this
And the
biker
biker
gang.
game comes up
The
later.
biker gang got this bad batch of mescaline
And was real pissed.
and was pissed at the family for selling it to them. So then Charlie was like, "Fuck Gary, now we gotta fuck him up."
Okay.
So that might have been part
I
of
feel
it.
like that makes sense.
Like, it makes sense, so maybe that was part of it.
Maybe that's the whole story.
Yeah, that could be it.
A biker game comes up later, too.
They do.
So, Beausoleil?
Beausoleil.
Yeah, Beausoleil
Nice.
slay.
Bosa slay.
But don't, dude, because
No.
he did,
No.
actually.
And
he
he's a
Bosa
dick.
slayed.
Yeah, he's a dick.
He was arrested on August 6th after all this for actually driving Gary Hinman's car. But he says he only went to the house to recover money paid to Gary for bad drugs. So I actually had that written down.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
And he said the women only went along to visit and say hey to Gary.
Just hey.
Because they were buds.
Hey, Gary.
It's like, what's up, Gare?
Hey, Gare.
This is a very different story from the one that Susan Atkins tells, which is that Manson told Bobby, Mary, and her to go to Hinman's house, get his supposed inheritance of $21,000, and also he told her that if she wanted to do something important, that she would kill him to get his money.
Because that's it. That's important.
Hell yeah.
That's the only important thing you can
Money.
do. Yeah.
2 days after the murder of Hinman, Gary tells the family now is the time for Helter Skelter.
And they found the murder weapon in the tire well of his car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's how dumb.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, really?
Like, they're so hippie.
They just don't give a fuck.
Like, you're giving them all these tasks, and they're hippies.
Yeah.
You're giving hippies tasks, and it's not going to work out.
So,
Spoiler alert, it is not going to work out.
It doesn't
in the
work.
end.
So yeah, it's time for Helter Skelter. Yikes.
Yikes.
So I wrote August 8th is when shit gets real, people.
It's true. It really did.
Manson instructs Tex Watson to go to the house on Cielo Drive and kill everyone inside. He tells Susan Atkins to leave a sign, something witchy.
Something witchy.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
It's like a 2020 interview, and he's talking to, I'm pretty sure it's Diane Sawyer.
Probably.
And
everyone talking to Diane Sawyer.
everyone loves that
Everybody.
lady. Everybody.
Everybody talking to her.
Everybody in the club with Diane Sawyer. But he says he's just like going over it, and he's like, I said leave a sign, like I would tell you something witchy.
Something witchy.
And then he goes, have a good day. And it just
that's what I would
makes
say to you.
no sense. Like,
It totally does.
he told her to leave
In
a
his
sign,
head, it makes
something
so much
witchy,
sense.
have a good day.
Well, and the whole point of these murders, too, was Bobby was in jail now,
Right.
Beausoleil.
Yes.
And they were like, we need to get him out. Like, the girls came up with this, and they were like, this is brilliant. Let's commit murders that look like that Gary Hinman murder, so that they'll think that the murderer is still out there.
Hashtag drugs.
So that's why they were like, right on the walls and shit. Because we wrote on the walls.
At Gary's house.
So that's why they, like, kept that going.
We're just writing on hella walls.
We're just writing on walls.
Well, and Terry Milcher used to live at this house.
Exactly. So it was like they picked that house specifically because of that, but the reason they were like, let's get going,
the main
was
reason.
Part of it was to get that, yeah.
So he says, leave a sign, blah, blah, blah. And Linda Kasabian is the getaway driver. Patricia Krenwinkel's there, too. And
Kasabian had only entered the family a month earlier, by the way.
So Patty's there, too.
Patty! Big Patty. Now, there was 5 people actually on the Tate property, but there was only 4 that were actually in the house at this time. There was Wojciech Frykowski, who was one of Roman Polanski's childhood friends. His partner, Abigail Folger, was also sleeping in the house. Jay Sebring, who is the ex-boyfriend of Sharon Tate, and he was a famous Hollywood hairstylist. And those were the people in the house with Sharon Tate. She was also in the house at the time, obviously. And then Stephen Parent is another victim who was only 17 and just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and was outside on the property.
Poor Stephen Parent is leaving the Tate house as Tex is cutting the power line. And so he's cutting the power line, he just hopped the fence, and then he hops back over because he sees lights coming away from the driveway, headlights. Mm-hmm. And Stephen Parent, who was just trying to sell a clock radio.
Yeah, to the caretaker.
Who was there, question mark?
He was, because he lived in the guest house. Like, he lived in the caretaker's residence.
He says he didn't fucking hear anything.
Yeah. I think maybe he was off the property a little bit.
Terry Milcher used to live there, but now Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski live there.
Yes.
And
Sharon Tate was, like, a huge name.
She was literally an it girl.
And she was not even in, like, huge movies. She was just drop dead gorgeous.
She was in, fucking the Ed, the talking horse.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
She was the girl.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. She was also in, like, Eye of the Devil and the Fearless Vampire Killers.
Yeah.
And, like, people loved her. Like,
yeah.
everyone knew who Sharon Tate was.
Well,
and then
she
Roman
was so
Polanski
pretty.
Directed Rosemary's Baby. Mm-hmm. So, she was only 26 years old.
And 8 months pregnant.
And 8.5 months pregnant with Roman Polanski's child.
But, okay, so Roman Polanski is away in Europe or something.
Yeah.
Along those lines.
He's out of the country.
Yeah, he's not there.
And he said that, like, that's not being there that night is the biggest regret of his life.
That makes my heart hurt really badly.
Yeah. I mean, he's
kind of nasty.
But at the time,
he wasn't
another
yet.
Podcast.
So. Yeah, he wasn't. Maybe this changed him.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay, so Tex Watson is cutting the power line, and Stephen Parent is leaving the Tate house because he was trying to sell a clock radio
Only 17 years old.
17. And he was trying to sell a clock radio to the caretaker.
The caretaker didn't want the clock radio, by the way.
Yeah, I don't even think he sold it to him.
So he was there for, like, no reason at all.
Yeah.
It was, like, 2:15 in the morning when he left.
Yeah, also, like, why didn't you try to sell it earlier in the day, poor thing?
Well, I think he went there earlier, and they hung around and, like, chatted for a little while. Because they said, like, he hung out for a little while.
So he was just literally in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Literally. Like, had no connection to Sharon Tate.
No connection whatsoever. Okay, so he was met by Tex in the driveway, and he begged for his life. He said, I will, like, leave. I won't tell anybody that I saw you here. Like, just let me live. Please let me live. So he died, like, begging for his life and was shot 4 times at point-blank range, and his hand was right in the face. His hand was also slashed by a knife.
Probably a defensive wound.
Absolutely, trying to get away. Poor thing.
I know.
So Tex walks into the house. They, like, cut the screen and they break in through an open window, I think.
Yeah, okay. Lock your windows, everybody.
It was like a wicked, beautiful summer night, though.
I know it is.
Our windows are open right now.
Oh, but I'm not leaving them open when I go to sleep. You better believe.
Do you want to hear a fun story really fast?
Do not sleep with open windows, everybody, because you know what? Fresh air is for dead people.
Okay. Wow, that was...
It's true.
Yeah?
Fresh air will get you dead.
And yeah, you know...
Just put on an air conditioner.
A few weeks ago, me and Annie were at her house, like, all alone. And we closed all the windows and locked them. And then we went to go sit on the porch. But I don't know why we had closed all the windows first. I think it was, like, the night before or something. Yeah. And then we went to sit on the porch and the door locked behind us, so we couldn't get back in. And we had to call the fire department. So that was cool. Yeah. So maybe don't lock all your windows. Just leave one open.
No.
I'm kidding.
Lock all your windows.
I'm just kidding. The fire department is always there if you get locked out of your home.
Well, and also just, like, at night, stay in your house.
Yeah. We were still in the house. We were just in the sunroom.
When you're going to sleep, lock all your windows and doors. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I stand by that.
Because all these people were asleep. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying that's a very unlucky
It's a nice
thing.
precaution and something that we've learned from all this shit.
That if you go to sleep, lock all your windows and doors. Mm-hmm. Because it tends to be an easy in.
They, like, walk up to the house, and Tex, I forget which girl he was whispering to, but he's whispering to one of the girls, and Wojciech wakes up to Tex, like, over his face with a gun in his face, and he's like, Wojciech is like, who are you? And that's when Tex says to him, I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's work.
Which, can you imagine waking, because he was on the couch, just sleeping on the couch.
He was taking, like, it's the middle of the night, he's sleeping.
Like, it's 2:15
in
the morning, like, somewhere around there. And it's like, someone just puts a gun in your face, and you're like, what? And he's
they
like,
just
I'm the devil.
And you're
I'm
like,
here to do the devil's
awesome.
work. You're like, cool.
Like, glad.
Like,
is this a nightmare? The fuck?
Awesome.
So, the family gets everyone into one room. Sharon Tate and Jay Sebring were in one room, like, just chatting, because they were, like, good friends. They had dated at one point, but they were just talking. They were up in bed talking. And then Abigail Folger was reading a book in bed.
And Abigail Folger
is the heiress
to the Folger,
like, coffee
legacy.
Yeah,
like, whatever.
So,
and she was the partner to Wojciech.
Yeah, Wojciech and Abigail were dating.
Yeah.
So
think about that the next time you brew some Folgers.
Yeah, think of her. Just, like, say a quick prayer.
Pour one out.
Just, like, pour, like, a coffee thing
Pour one out.
Pour some of your beans out for Abigail.
Pour some of your ground.
She's probably like, fuck you guys.
I know, she's like, you guys are assholes.
Oh, man.
Man, Abby.
We just dabbled. Okay, so they get them into one room, and they're trying to get them to lay down on the floor, and they're, like, tying them together. And Jay Sebring gets really pissed off because he's super protective over Sharon Tate.
Which is adorable.
Well, and also because she's fucking 8.5 months pregnant.
8.5
Like, she's
months
about to have
everybody.
her baby.
Yeah.
Like, in a couple weeks.
And they're screaming at this woman to lay down on the floor.
And, like, you can't lay down when you're
If you've ever been
pregnant.
8.5 months pregnant, you know that breathing is hard enough. Laying down on the floor is just not an option. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, I don't personally know that, but I can imagine.
Yeah, it's... Ugh.
So he gets wicked pissed off, and he's, like, just trying to protect her and be like, yo, she's literally super pregnant. She can't do this.
Yeah, he's like, just let her sit.
Yeah, just let her...
She can't lay down.
Right. Oh, this, like, stresses me out.
This makes me angry.
I know. So a scuffle ends up, like, breaking out between Jay and Tex. So Tex Watson and Jay Sebring start fighting because Tex is an asshole. And the scuffle...
I actually have that written down, assholes in huge letters.
Oh my god, amazing.
Boom.
So basically, Jay Sebring dies protecting Sharon Tate. He gets stabbed and shot to death by Tex.
Like, because he defended her.
Right.
And actually, I don't think... Did he die at this point?
From what I read, yes.
Oh, man.
And he was 35 years old.
That's awful.
So then, as this scuffle kind of breaks out, Frykowski and Folger make a break for it, excuse me, after they free themselves of their ties and they run to the lawn. Tex catches up with Frykowski, whose legs had been stabbed multiple times by Susan Atkins. Tex beats him over the head with a gun multiple times, stabs him repeatedly, and shoots him twice. As this is going on, Krenwinkel runs after Folger, stabs her, eventually tackles her to the ground, and Krenwinkel says, while she was stabbing her over and over again, that Abigail Folger looks up at her and says, like, I'm already dead.
Yeah, she just kept saying it.
Like, I'm already dead.
I'm already dead. Stop.
Like, you fucking stab somebody so many times, like, she knows that she's gonna die.
Yeah.
So Tex comes over because he thinks he's done with Frykowski, and the two of them just start stabbing her together, and she was stabbed 28 times. So Frykowski struggles across the lawn because he didn't die after Tex basically, like, beat the shit out of him in an attempt to save Folger, because that's his girlfriend. And he's finally murdered by Tex in a final series of stabbings. He was stabbed 51 times.
Jesus. Talk about overkill.
So Sharon Tate is still inside. She's begging for her child's life because, I mean, she's so close to having this baby. And she just says to them, like, let me have my baby, and I'll be a hostage for you. Just let me live long enough to, like, give birth to this child.
It's awful.
She was stabbed 16 times by Susan Atkins, and basically, like, her last words were she was crying out for her mother.
That makes me...
She was just going, mother, mother, mother.
So sick. Like, so sick.
It's awful. And she was fucking pregnant, dude. Like, how do you stab... And
I, like, literally
that should
can't.
be, I don't know if it was, but that should be 2 counts of murder in and of itself.
I really should. I think now.
I don't know if
I
back
know with
then.
like the Peterson.
Lacey.
That's I was like Lucy. It kept coming in my head.
Lacey Peterson.
With the Lacey
Did
Peterson
he get charged
thing,
for 2?
He got charged for
she
both,
was super
for
pregnant.
her and Connor because they treated Connor as a human because he
fucking
yeah,
was,
he
right.
was another person. So I think now that's changed. I don't think it was
Back then
back
it
then,
wasn't,
but
'cause it was,
I
like-
know now it's a thing.
Yeah.
And you know one little like side thing that's really fucked up? When they were all outside attacking Frykowski, he was like screaming at the top of his lungs. And there was children camping nearby.
Holy shit.
From the Westlake School for Girls. They were on a camping trip nearby. They heard him die. Like they heard him
Jesus.
screaming. They heard Tex attacking him. Like, yeah.
And I bet they never went camping again.
Yeah, and while that was going on, Linda Kasabian, the one who was the getaway driver,
She was
who
keeping
only-
watch.
and the one who only joined a month earlier.
Yeah, she was
She
barely
was
there.
actually saying to them, like telling them to stop, like screaming at them to stop stabbing at him.
Yeah.
And Atkins just looked at her and said, "It's too late," and walked back in the house.
Oh my god, Susan Atkins, and they
So-
say that, I mean, all of these people are fucking crazy, but they say that Susan Atkins was, like, legitimately, like, fucking nuts.
Like, yeah, just like
And
dark side of the moon shit.
You would have to be. She also tried to tell them that someone was coming, and they didn't believe her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was trying to basically stop it.
Damn.
Also, Susan Atkins said after stabbing, or during the stabbing of Sharon Tate, that she felt nothing.
Oh, I
She
heard
said
that too.
and
that
I
she felt
watched
nothing.
it today. She goes,
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
Yeah, you're stabbing a pregnant woman who's begging for her life and
You don't
calling out to
feel
her mother.
anything?
And also, again, she was 26 years old. That's young.
Oh, and Susan Atkins had just had a baby, like
Oh.
maybe a few
I
months
didn't know that.
earlier, or like a couple. Like she had just had a kid.
Oh, that makes me sick.
Yeah, so you were just pregnant and got to have your kid, but you're gonna kill somebody else and their unborn
And
child.
it's like, dude, I
and
don't
feel
care.
nothing about it.
That should change you.
Yeah.
Because, so for her not to even think of that is like, whoa.
It just shows how fucked up and
you're
heartless
beyond,
she is.
Beyond.
So she says she felt nothing, and upon leaving the scene, she picks up a towel which had previously been used to bind the hands.
It was actually Krenwinkel.
Krenwinkel did this?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So Krenwinkel picks up a towel which had previously been used to bind the hands of the victims, and she wrote pig on the front door, like in all capital letters.
And they were going originally because they had tied Sharon Tate, Jay Sebring, and Folger together with a rope. And then they slung the other one over a rafter. And, like, when they'd killed Jay, after they killed Jay, they, like, Tex, like, pulled on the rope to make them stand up. Folger and a Tate. And that's when he, like, went after all of them. But Charlie had originally said hang someone. Like, hang
Oh,
them.
I didn't know that.
And he said make it look like a reverse lynching. So that it looks like the Black Panthers did it.
Are hanging a white
Are
person.
hanging white people. And then the police will think it's the Black Panther. Like, it'll be another thing to make it happen.
Whoa.
And so they originally were going to hang all the victims afterwards. But they literally said everything was too messy and we were tired. Fucking hippies, man.
And Charlie was pissed,
Like,
too.
don't send a hippie to do any job. Because they were like, we were tired.
Like, we smoked too much weed
Like, it
on
was
the way.
messy, we were tired, we didn't feel like hanging them.
Wow.
Like, cool. And Tate was found, like, almost naked. And one of her breasts had been cut off. And it was from,
Because they stabbed her so many times?
resulting from stabbing so indiscriminately and so savagely that they had severed off one of her breasts.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And there was an X on her stomach, carved in her stomach.
Like, fuck you guys.
Like, so not only did they, like, kill a pregnant woman, but then they literally put an X on her stomach.
Where her baby
Like,
was.
And Charles Manson said he didn't feel any compassion for the victims when he heard what happened afterwards. And that he was more pissed that they brought, like, less than $100 back from that. And Charlie actually went back that next day and wiped down the crime scene.
Oh.
Or like a couple hours later. He went to the Tate residence, went back in there where all the bodies were, and wiped down the stuff of, like, evidence.
Wow.
Yeah. And he left an old pair of glasses there to try to, like, fuck up the police, which I guess it kind of worked. Because they, like, started going towards that.
The glasses?
Yeah.
Well, they found
He also...
fingerprints later on.
Well, so clearly
He didn't do a
Charlie
great
is not a
job.
criminal mastermind here because
Charlie's
he didn't
not
do a
the
good
best
job.
custodian.
No.
Even though, doesn't he kind of look like he could be like a crazy fucking custodian?
He does look like he could be a crazy.
Just like, have a good day.
have a good day, kids.
Do something witchy and have a good day. The housekeeper, Winifred Chapman, showed up for work at the Tate house in the morning, and she was the one that discovered the bodies.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I wrote in parentheses, poor sweet angel.
Oh, seriously.
So if that wasn't enough excitement for one night, the next fucking night, August 9th, 1969, the family members drove to 3301 Waverly Drive in Los Feliz. Manson accompanied them this time because he was really displeased with the chaos that ensued the night before, and he was going to show them how it was done.
Oh, yeah.
So this was the home of, is it Leno?
Leno.
Leno and Rosemary LaBianca.
And he was like a supermarket executive.
Mm-hmm. And she was a dressmaker. She had a dressmaking shop.
I think so.
And the home that they lived in was next door to a party that the Manson family had attended the year previous. So Manson and Tex went up to the house through an unlocked back door. Please lock your doors.
Guys.
But you know what? It was the fucking 60s and you didn't think about that shit then.
No, but you know what?
It sucks.
Think about it now.
Yeah, fucking now you know.
Again, I say, fresh air is for dead people.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good shirt.
remember that.
Manson woke up a sleeping Leno. Right?
Leno.
Why do I suck? Woke up a sleeping Leno from the couch, holding him at gunpoint, and he had Watson bind his hands. Rosemary was then brought into the living room, and Watson covered the couple's head with pillowcases and then tied the pillowcases around their neck with a lamp cord, I believe.
Yeah, and actually, Manson went back to get Rosemary to bring her out, and he just whipped the covers off of her and said, "Wake up, lady, you got company."
Which makes perfect fucking sense
Right?
for Manson. And then
And
he
he-
left and said, have a good day.
Well, and they were also, I think, at the Tate murders, at some point, like in the very beginning, Tex said to all of the people, all the victims,
You got company?
like, no, he said, like, you have to die first tonight. Like, he basically told them, like, we're gonna kill you.
Oh my God.
Because when they originally went in there, they were like, we're just getting your money, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he was like, we're gonna kill you. And that's when they all freaked out and started fighting and running.
Right.
And it was bananas. So Charlie was like, when we go into this fucking house, no one fucking say that you're gonna die. Like, don't tell them because then they're gonna freak out. So this whole time he was telling Leno, we just want money.
Right,
And
we're
Leno
just gonna rob
gave
you.
them money out of his wallet
And
immediately.
she gave them $70 out of her purse.
That's
is
what
I
and,
read somewhere.
and he also said, if you take me to my store, I will give you a shit ton of money. Like, I'll give you all the money you want. Just take me to your store.
Jesus.
So it's like, dudes, you could have just,
robbed them.
like, fuck. Like, it just pissed me off. I was like,
Also,
God
imagine how
damn
much
it.
Sharon Tate had.
Yeah,
She really
well,
had money in the
and
house.
that's what's funny. These people
They left
had
all
no
the
idea
stuff.
that they were in Sharon Tate's house. They
How do
didn't
you-
know.
Well, because they were living on fucking Spawn
None of them
Ranch.
knew that it was Sharon Tate until they watched the news reports the next day.
Oh my
So they had no
God.
idea. They came back from that Tate murder with less than $100.
Right, and they could have easily had
And
so
Charlie was
much
pissed.
money.
Yeah.
Okay, so he says, wake up, lady, you got
Yeah,
company,
that's
which
fine.
is just perfect for Manson. So she was brought into the living room, the pillowcases, and then they tied the pillowcases around their heads with a lamp cord. Manson then left and instructed Krenwinkel and Leslie Van Houten to go inside and kill the couple.
And it was because he was a big, giant
Baby,
bitch.
yeah.
And he was originally going to get his, like, he was going to get in there and do it. 'Cause
And then
was
he
like, I
couldn't
wanna be
do
part
it.
of this. And then he was like, I can't do it because these people are just sitting there complying with us.
Right.
These poor people are just being like, take what you want. Do
Which
what
I'm
you
like,
want.
does Charlie have somewhat of a heart?
Well, he's not as evil on that plane
Level.
because it's like he looked at two people that he
And
at least
couldn't
had
kill
some slight bit of empathy because he looked at these people not fighting back and just complying with them and being like, take my money, you
And he
can have
couldn't
my
do
money,
it.
and he couldn't kill them.
But then he was like, my family members are fucking nuts.
Yeah, he was like, let's go get
they can
Leslie
do it."
Van Houten and Patty Krenwinkel and you guys go do it.
Yeah. So he tells them to kill the couple. Tex begins stabbing Leno.
Leno.
Fuck. What's his last name? LaBianca?
LaBianca.
Okay, so he starts stabbing Mr. LaBianca with a chrome-plated bayonet, which I'm going to ask you, is a bayonet a gun?
It's like that gun with like the big sharp thing.
Like poker?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa.
At least I think that's what it is.
The first thrust went into his throat. After stabbing Mr. LaBianca, Tex heard a scuffle in the bedroom where Rosemary had returned to. So she somehow got back into her bedroom.
I think it was Charlie, if I remember correctly, brought her back into the room because he thought it would piss Leno off and get him fighting.
But then he didn't.
But it didn't. They were still complying.
They were just trying to comply.
So that's when he left, got Leslie and
he was like, you
Patty,
guys do this shit.
and we're like, you go in there. So they went into the bedroom where Rosemary was.
Okay. So Tex heard a scuffle, and he went in there probably because he didn't want this getting chaotic, because Charlie was going to get pissed again.
And there was a scuffle because she heard her husband dying.
Right.
So she started fighting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she took the lamp that was around her neck and started just like swinging at them to keep them at bay. Like, get the fuck away from me.
Good for her, man.
Like, she fought.
And Leslie said that she just kept, Leslie Van Houten, fuck her, man.
Yeah, she's
she
the
said
worst.
that she kept just saying, please be still, to her.
Oh my god.
Like that, no, that's what she was saying to Rosemary.
Oh, I thought
like,
Rosemary was saying that to her, like,
no,
please
this
be
woman
still.
is literally fighting because she's hearing the love of her life dying in the other room, and she's fighting her ass off, and Leslie Van Houten is like, and then I just told her, please be still. Like, fuck you, Leslie.
Like, as if I'm gonna be like, okay,
literally
random
fuck you,
bitch in my
Leslie.
house.
Like, you're literally sitting here being like, please be still, as I'm listening to your
As if she
friend
fucking,
kill my
I doubt
husband.
she said that. She was probably just trying to be like,
such an
I was so
asshole.
gentle.
I hate Leslie Van
I was
Houten
the
so much.
homecoming queen and I was gentle.
I don't know why. She pisses me. Maybe it's because she thinks she deserves to get out of jail.
Yeah.
Like, the other ones are at least like, yeah,
We deserve,
I'm pretty
we
fucked
did.
up. But she's like, I'm different than I was. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Stupid
You're evil.
bitch. So she was trying to keep them at bay, and she kept swinging the lamp. That was, I think it was still tied around her neck.
Probably.
And she was just trying to get them away from her. Tex stabbed her with a bayonet, and then returned to the living room where he continued attacking Mr. LaBianca. He'd been stabbed a total of 12 times, and his body was then mutilated by... I read Tex, and then I also read Susan Atkins, who carved war into his exposed abdomen.
Yeah, I read it was Tex that carved war.
Oh, excuse me. So Susan Atkins later said that it was Krenwinkel who did this, but I believe Tex owned up to it.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Tex, I believe, said he did it.
So Susan Atkins is just being crazy.
Yeah, she's just fucked.
Tex returns to the bedroom where he finds Krenwinkel stabbing Rosemary with a knife that she took from the kitchen. And Manson had instructed Tex that both women needed to play a part. Like, they were both
They
to
all needed
murder.
their hands dirty.
So Tex instructed Leslie Van Houten to participate. Van Houten later said that LaBianca was already dead when she participated. And the autopsies do show that many of the 41 stab wounds were post-mortem.
That's, and see, I think she's a bullshitter.
Oh, I do too.
Because I don't think she was already dead, but they said that when Patricia, because Patricia did the first stab for Rosemary and stabbed her in the back, and she severed her spine.
Oh my god.
With that stab. So she was paralyzed, so she wasn't moving. So I'm sure she thought she was, maybe she thought she was dead.
But it was just that she wasn't
moving. But Leslie also said at first she didn't want to stab her, but then the more she did it, the more fun she
liked
was.
it.
Like, she was having fun with it. And she said, I was obsessed with the knife. Once it went in, it just kept going in and in and in.
Like, yeah, that's what happens
But
when you
definitely
stab
let
someone
her out.
asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, you think that you're good enough to... Oh my, I can't.
And I actually have a clip of Leslie Van Houten talking about the murder real quick.
Oh, damn.
So we're going to play that real quick.
Pat and I took Mrs. LaBianca into the bedroom. And, was she screaming? Not at that point. Mostly, what's going on? What are you going to do? And, I tried to hold Mrs. LaBianca down, and her head was covered with a pillowcase. I don't know if I did that. I could have. And, she heard her husband dying in the living room. Who killed him? Tex. Stabbing him too? Yes, and when she heard, she struggled, and Pat went to stab her and the knife bent, and she was yelling out for her husband. And by that time, I was very torn inside. You know, I felt that I needed to really almost be a good soldier in this mission that had to be done, and I was not.
Also saying, why am I here? Or did you not question why you did?
I don't even know if I could have put that together. I wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible.
How was she killed eventually?
She was stabbed. I went and I called Tex, and I said that we weren't able to kill her. And then Tex went in the bedroom, and Patton went into the living room, and I went and I stood in the hallway. And then
Tex turned me around, and he handed me a knife, and he said, do something. And so I went in, and Mrs. LaBianca was laying on the floor, and I stabbed her.
Where?
In the lower back, around 16 times.
So,
Okay, Leslie.
yeah, bitch, right.
Rotten jail.
Yeah, forevs.
Bye.
Sir Tex is cleaning off the bayonet and fucking showers in their house. He took a fucking shower.
Of course he did.
Like, you're not company, bro.
You're gross.
You're an intruder. And Krenwinkel wrote on the walls, Rise, Death to Pigs, and she wrote, not Helter
my
Skelter,
favorite thing,
she
right?
wrote Helter Skelter on the refrigerator door.
How many times did she probably see that phrase written down?
I just think it goes to show that these people are
And it's like, you
very
couldn't
dumb.
get it right when you
Helter
needed to get
Skelter.
it right. Helter Skelter.
Well, and she was probably wicked fucked up on drugs.
Well, and you know they also left a knife stuck in Leno's throat?
Yep, because she then gave Mr. LaBianca 14 more puncture wounds with a carving fork, and she left that jutting out of his stomach, and then she also planted a steak knife in his throat.
Jesus Christ.
So while all that was ensuing, Manson left. Like, he didn't just, like, wait outside. He legitimately pieced the fuck out and went back to the ranch.
I think he literally told them when they were leaving, he was like, yeah, just, like, get a ride back.
Yeah,
like,
he told them to
hitchhike back.
hitchhike home.
Yeah,
And I
cool.
wrote in parentheses, what a guy.
Yeah. What a guy.
The LaBianca scene was discovered on August 10th around 10:30 p.m., which was 19 hours after the crime had been committed. Rosemary had a 15-year-old son from a previous marriage. His name was Frank Struthers, I think is how you say it. And he'd returned home after a camping trip. And he was disturbed by the fact that the shades were still drawn. And then, like, I wrote, and some other shit. Because something
other
like
shit.
a boat was still attached to his stepdad's car, which was off, I guess. So he called his sister and her boyfriend. And the boyfriend, who's Joe Dorgan, accompanied Frank into the house where they discovered Mr. LaBianca. But luckily, they didn't find the mom.
my
They
God,
just, like,
can
called
you?
the police. But the LAPD, like, didn't really know how to do their job, apparently.
No.
And they announced to the press on August 12th that there was no connection
Yep,
between
they,
the
like,
Tate and
officially
LaBianca
said
murders.
there's no connection.
Which, are you kidding?
Would you, like, seriously?
So, that's what I have for the LaBianca murders. So why don't you start with the aftermath, because
Okay.
I don't have a ton about it. And I feel like you're better at the investigation and trial part.
So, by the way, we're not going to do this in 3 parts.
Oh yeah, this
because
is going to be a 2-parter.
We're just going to give it you all right now.
Give it you all.
We're just going to give it you all. It's
Give it you
really
all.
hot. I'm helter sweltering
Yep.
right now. And so over this next week, LA went bananas because this happened in 2 days and they were so gruesome and so awful. And I mean, come on, LAPD. Like they didn't.
these are
It was
linked.
like in this time period, the LAPD was like, what's our job though? Like it was like, so they didn't connect them. Of course, this was to be fair, this was before serial killers were like known to be a thing. So people didn't automatically connect things and be like, this must be the same person.
But if you
And,
have 3 different cases where there's
yeah.
weird writing and blood on the
You
walls,
think, and it's 2 days apart from each other.
Yeah.
The same, like crazy writing on the walls and shit. Like
Right.
I don't know. After, the LAPD is like, yeah, we don't see anything even kind of remotely
they're
similar
not
about
linked.
this. They're not linked, and everybody's like, probably though. The ranch was raided for the first time.
Yup.
And it was raided not for the murders,
for auto
but
theft,
for the family stealing VWs and turning them into dune buggies.
which is such a fucking hippie
Which
thing
is
to
so
do.
hippie. Everything is so hippie.
Well, and those dune buggies were what they were using to, like, build their underground city in the bottomless pit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They
So
got off
when
on
they
a
got
technicality,
there,
though.
But when they got there, they were like, "This is weird." That like a bunch of people are just
Oh,
like,
yeah,
living
on this
together in this
commune.
weird place. So the charges for that, the technicality that they got off on was that
Yeah.
they wrote the wrong date on the search warrant. So good job.
So, like, go LAPD.
So
Oh, they also seized a bunch of weapons, too. They found, like, a ton of weapons on the ranch.
Yes.
And they were, like, interesting, question
Yep.
mark.
and that's so when they were raided, Charlie was like, "So someone's snitching." But he was like, "It can't be any of my family members because they are such upstanding citizens that there's no way that these amazing group of men and women would ever turn their back on me."
However,
So there was a man named Donald Shorty Shea.
samesies.
And he was a stuntman that was working on Spawn Ranch. He, like, took care of the horses.
Okay.
Charlie and him did not like each other to begin with. And Charlie was like, it's that guy. Like, he's snitching. I know it. Even though, like, who the hell even knows if this guy knew? So they figured Charlie was like, you know what? We got to take care of him. So this is when Charlie actually did have involvement.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't admit to it. He says he still didn't have any.
But
he said
did.
he was there. He just said he didn't do it. So this was about 20 days after the murders occurred. It was on around August 28th, 1969. So it was Charlie, Tex, a guy named Bruce Davis, Steve Grogan, Bill Vance, and Larry Bailey, who are all family members.
Okay.
They took Shay for a ride.
And
right in the middle of
never
this
came
ride,
back.
Grogan struck him with a pipe wrench from the back seat, and Tex started stabbing him in the car, like out of nowhere. So they took him behind Spawn Ranch to like a hill area, and they just stabbed him to death out there. Charlie said he was there, but he didn't do anything. Like, he was still just telling people what to do. So he was like, yeah, I don't want to do anything. His body wasn't found until December 1977.
Holy
Grogan had
shit.
to actually draw a map to his remains because there was this rumor that he was cut into 9 pieces.
Was he, though?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if it's been substantiated, but... So Charlie, like, when he was living, when people would ask him about it, he was like, I don't want to be a snitch, so I'm not going to give you details about it. Like, he wouldn't give them where his body was. He wouldn't give them anything because he was like, I don't want to be a snitch.
Because he was fucking brought up in the prison system.
Like, fuck off, man.
Yeah,
like,
you're still an
come on,
asshole.
man. So this is when he did this. This is when he had the family like ready for war. Like, he was like, it's happening. Whoa.
In their minds, it was happening right now.
Yeah. So that's when the second raid happened on the ranch for auto theft and possession of stolen firearms. Charlie wasn't there for that.
Okay.
Then there was another raid on August 12th, 1969. Charlie was there.
And he was arrested,
He
correct?
hid. Want to know where he hid? He was
Yeah.
curled up in a tiny cabinet beneath a sink when they found him. And the reason they found him was because some of his hair was sticking out of it.
Oh my
And the
God,
police
Charlie.
officer said that he never would have looked in there because it was so teeny tiny.
But his hair was
But his
poking
hair was
out.
sticking out.
Because Charlie hates fucking luscious locks. I mean, they weren't so luscious towards
He's
the
so
end.
fucking hippie.
Yeah.
So hippie.
I just hit the lamp. I'm sorry if you can hear that.
Like the ting, 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 ting.
Ding, ding, ding.
So he got arrested. They all got arrested. Like, a bunch of them got arrested.
I relate to Charlie because I feel like my hair would out
Your
me.
hair would out
I'll
you.
leave.
You would get caught. Yeah.
I would.
And so they were all like, the family was arrested for like firearms possession, like basically traffic violations kind of things.
Yeah, like
small,
minor-ish
small
things.
time crook things. So they were so excited that they were arrested for that, and that they were like, we're gonna get out of here.
Oh my god.
That they started singing all over the place. Like, they were all just singing, but the shit that they were singing
Was fucked
was
up.
from the White Album. So the police...
What a bunch of fucking morons.
Because that's what they'd been listening to. So they were just like, we're just going to sing this. So then the police were like, huh,
You guys really like the Beatles.
so you like the Beatles.
You heard of Helter Skelter?
Somebody
Or
wrote
Helter
Helter
Skelter?
Skelter, which I'm going to go on a limb and say they meant to write Helter Skelter.
Well, yeah.
Huh. So somehow this connected back to the biker gangs that they were selling
Yeah, that's...
shit to.
I got confused there, but I knew
It got
that.
a little, like, complicated.
Because the
Somehow it
biker
got
gangs
to
were
the
still
biker
pissed
gangs.
at the family.
Exactly. And the biker gangs said that Charlie was trying to hire them as bodyguards when, like, heat started coming on them.
Right.
And while he was doing this, he was alluding to the idea that they were involved in these murders. He never came out and said it, but they were
that's why
like,
they
he's
needed
definitely
help.
alluding it to it. So, of course, everything's starting to come in. They're all like, this is all starting to connect. And then fucking Susan Atkins bragged to her cellmate that she was part of the murders.
Which, of course, it all comes down to fucking Crazy Sue.
So that's when it all fucking crumbled. Like, they were just like, well, cool, Sue.
Also, why is that, like, a brag?
Because she's a fucked
No,
up
I know.
monster.
Yeah, like, girl.
Like, she's just like, she
It's
probably
like,
just
I killed
wanted
a
to start, like,
pregnant
running
person.
shit. And she was like, let me tell you what I did.
Yeah.
I killed a defenseless pregnant woman who begged for her mother. Like, cool. You're a super badass, Susan.
Ugh.
Fuck off. I think she's dead. I want to check that.
I'll Google it.
Because I want to, like, be like, fuck you, Susan.
You keep talking and I'll Google.
Yeah, fuck Susan. So, December 1st, 1969, Tex, Krenwinkel, and Kasabian were picked up. And because, like, fingerprints were found at the Tate residence. Because Charlie did an awesome job cleaning up. They also found the clothes and knives and the revolver that they used that night. Because they just tossed that shit out the window that night. Like, they just tossed them into a field. So it's like, good job.
Side note, Susan Atkins died of a brain tumor. Haha.
I thought she did.
Fuck that bitch.
Bye. So, it was June 15th, 1970 was the first day that Charlie went to court. Right now they had Tex Krenwinkel Susan Atkins. They had Kasabian, and they also picked up Leslie Van Houten, who was part of the LaBianca murders. LaBianca murders. She was part of the LaBianca murders.
What was she part of?
She was part of the LaBianca murders.
Say it one more time.
LaBianca murders.
Sad.
Ooh, that made it sad.
Yeah. Whoa.
Moving on. So this is Linda Kasabian, the one that had only joined a month before the Tate murders, and was the driver and was trying to tell them to stop, allegedly.
Quote unquote.
But she still didn't have a total part in it, like, physically. She flipped on Charlie, like, boom, I've only been a part of this a month, fuck you guys, I don't want to go down for this.
Right.
So she became the prosecution's main witness, like, star witness.
Because she was fucking right there.
She flipped and got immunity because of this, so...
Which I don't really know if she should have gotten immunity.
I mean, I don't know.
But they had to do what they had to do.
They got a lot of info from her. So, Manson, Atkins, Krenwinkel, and Van Houten were all on one, like, their charges were all happening. And then Tex had a separate trial.
Okay.
They were all up on 7 counts of murder and 1 count of conspiracy.
Okay.
Manson wanted to act as his own attorney, a la Bundy.
Woof. Bundy definitely, like, did a better job.
He did.
Manson, don't ever try to act as your own anything.
Exactly. And so he was so bananas, like, cuckoo nut man, that they were like, yeah, you can't do that. Yeah. Like, they just said no. Like, they were like, we can't let you. You're insane. Like, you're not clinically insane, but you're insane.
Well, the courtroom would have just been, like, a fucking crazy
It would have been insane. And so they were like, no. So because of this, he showed up on the first day of trial with an X carved into his forehead because they didn't let him be an attorney, so he X'd himself out. That's what he said. Like, this was him Xing himself out of society because the man kept him down. So that, at that point, all the family members showed up with X's carved into their own foreheads.
Jesus.
Including not just the other defendants, like
all the
Krenwinkel,
outside
Atkins,
family.
and Van Houten, and Watkins, and all them. Members of the family were gathered outside of the courthouse, like, protesting him being
Well, and they were
trial.
kneeling. They said they were going to kneel outside the courtroom until he was acquitted.
And they would show up, so they showed up with the X's on their forehead. They're all singing his songs. They're all, like, you know, doing whatever.
Do you think they believed, like, the other members who weren't there, do you think they believed that they didn't do it?
I think what they were saying, was that he didn't have anything to do with it. And that he should be free because he's, like, a guru. Okay. And he's a love bug sent from above, basically.
A love bug I love that.
I think that's not a quote, but...
I don't think so,
I'm
but
sure
it should
one
have
of them
been.
would have
Someone
said
should have
it.
said it.
I wouldn't, like...
He's
that wouldn't be out of
bug
place. Sent from above. Yeah.
Flowers. Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter. Helter Swelter, because I'm sweating my ass off right now.
Helter Swelterin'.
So it was, some of the people that were sitting outside were like names that people might know are Sandra Good and Squeaky Fromme. Squeaky Fromme was a big one out there.
For me.
I'll play a quick little clip of her telling them why Charlie's where it's at and why he didn't do anything and we need to just love him.
Squeaks.
So here you go, Squeaks.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime soul. He's a spirit. He's got a lot of spirit. He's got more heart and spirit than anyone I've ever met. And he's truthful. Oh, I definitely went after him. When I saw that he wasn't pushing and that he had spirit and that he understood me, I went.
To this day, Fromme insists Manson is innocent. She says during the Tate LaBianca murders, she was at the Spawn Ranch with other family members. She doesn't recall where Manson was, but claims he didn't kill anyone.
I know he didn't. I have no question about that. He definitely should be out. He didn't kill anybody. And I take responsibility for that. I would rather be in, because I know I laid a lot of my thinking in his mind.
So yeah.
So that's what
Squeaky
said.
So Squeaky had nothing to do with the murders, so she just kind of like was like, oh, just squeaky from. But
Great name. She got a great name out of it.
She really did.
Even though it came from a nasty-ass place.
But it's cute. And she was cute.
Yeah, she was.
Unfortunately. So,
well, she didn't do anything.
She's out now, I think. Like, she was sentenced to life in prison, but I think she's out.
Wait, did she go? Did she?
She went to prison for pulling the gun on Ford.
Oh, right.
But
Okay,
she was supposed to go for life. I think she's out now, though.
Oh, shit.
Because she didn't go for this, because she had nothing to do with it.
Okay, I was just confused for a second.
But,
I was like, wait, did I miss a huge part of this?
Well, and then family members started threatening people, like former family members, to keep them from testifying. So, because they didn't want Charlie to get put in jail. That was their main focus, was getting Charlie out of here.
Right.
And everything, like all the interviews they would give with people, because people are, like, fascinated by this.
Because they're
so bananas. Was they would be like, Charlie didn't do it, and he's going to get out. And I'm waiting for him to come out. Like, we're going to sit here until he comes out, because he's coming out.
But
like,
he didn't.
Sorry, ladies, he did not.
Alert. You think they ever got over it?
So, I don't think so.
Woof.
I don't think so. So, October 5th, Manson was denied the opportunity to question the prosecution's witness. So, his response was to jump over the defense table at the judge.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, like, crazy. Like, he, pounced at the judge.
Good.
So the judge was keeping a gun under his robes at this point because he was like, this guy's
ready to
a
shoot
nutman.
Manson.
Yeah. So at this point when this happened, all the girls, like the family members, stood up and were chanting in Latin, like in the courtroom.
Scary.
Like, what the fuck?
As all hell.
Yeah. Like, what?
Because they were still on that fucking...
They were still on that Belladonna ride.
Yeah. They were driving a fucking Donna ride.
Floating through the clouds on a fog of Belladonna.
Shit, I don't ever want to do that.
There's
some things that I would maybe do, but Belladonna is not one of them.
You're not doing Belladonna because
I don't want to.
Yeah, you're not gonna.
I don't want a Belladonna.
I'm good.
Have a nice
So
day.
November 16th, the prosecution rested, and 3 days later, the defense rested because they were like, you know what,
we just need to rest.
let's just go. January 25th, 1971. Guilty verdict against Charles, Atkins, Krenwinkel, and Van Houten. Again, Tex was tried separately, but he was obviously
Also
found guilty as well. So after they found out that he was guilty, he shaved his head immediately the next day.
And then
because
all of
he
them
said,
did.
I'm the devil, and the devil always has a bald head. Like, okay.
Does he?
Like, cool. I mean, I guess.
Charlie, what is your reasoning? Where did your reasoning skills come in?
Yeah. And so all the other members, literally all of them, shaved their heads too. Like, all the girls outside.
Oh, yeah.
All with shaved heads and X's carved into their foreheads.
They looked wild.
And there is a lot, I'm going to play a quick clip just so I can, really press what dicks these girls are that were on. Because they all look like super nice grandmas now. But fuck them, because they're evil monsters who literally killed a pregnant woman and, fuck you. Mm-hmm. So these girls would come, because they have a lot of, footage of them walking down the hallway towards the courtroom, because they were always holding hands, and every day they would show up with an X on their forehead or their head shaved or, the same outfit on. They were a circus. And here's a quick clip of them just jauntily singing as they go to their murder trial. Yeah, literally, you're gross.
Get the fuck out of here.
And then Leslie's sitting there now being like, I should be let out.
I'm
really
so old.
Really? You're fucking 68. You can sit there for a while more. So they were all sentenced to die, all of them. But then the death penalty was a moratorium on it in California. So less than a year later, it was commuted to life in prison for all of them.
Which is better.
It is, because now they can, and honestly, it is better because now we get to watch these people go through parole hearings and beg to be let out.
Just like other people begged for their lives, and you didn't give them their lives. So why would we give you your freedom?
Exactly.
Fucktards.
So basically, everybody knows after that, Charlie,
just went bananas.
Crazy to watch. He had several ladies want to marry him in prison, which, seriously, ladies.
Yeah.
The latest one was Star, I think her name was. But then he found out that she just wanted to take his corpse after he died and, like, travel around with it.
Did she really?
Yeah, she, like, literally did. Like, that was her plan.
Whoa.
Was after he died, she was going to, like, travel around with his body. Like, she wanted to get him to sign over, like,
His body.
rights. So that she
And he was
could
like,
decide
yeah,
what
bitch,
to
you're
do.
crazier
and he was
than
like,
me.
You are not using my shit to, like, get, like, for, like, a freak show.
Yeah.
Because he was like, no.
He's like, my whole life was a
Yeah,
freak show.
he's like, no way,
Once
man.
a dab,
Which,
done.
I mean, at least he had that. So, and obviously he died last year. So,
R-I-N-P, not peace.
woo. Hear that?
Yeah, you heard it here
Nailed it.
first.
And just as, like, a little thing that this is the thing I wanted to mention.
Can I say what's written in all capital letters?
Yes.
In your notes? Sharon Tate's mama was a fierce lady.
That's literally what it says in all capital letters in my note.
Oh, that's weird that her mom's name was Doris,
I
too,
know.
because Doris Day.
I think that's, like, a big name in the time.
Yeah, for
but,
sure.
So her name was Doris Tate, Sharon Tate's mama.
Oh, her sister's a fierce lady, too.
Her
just
sister
for...
has carried on this legacy, which go them, man. Good job on the Tate family.
Because
for
I would have
keeping
been
this going.
completely destroyed.
And Doris Tate, her mama, she helped get the Victims' Bill of Rights passed, which allows for victim impact statements passed in California in 1982. So she's the one that allowed, like, victim impact statements to have
be read.
an impact,
Good.
like an actual impact on the case. So all 50 states now allow victims to speak either written or orally at certain phases of the legal process. And that's according to the National Center for Victims of Crime. She later founded the Coalition on Victims' Equal Rights and worked literally the rest of her life towards victims' rights because of
Wow.
this. In 1992, right before her death that year, at age 68.
Oh my
Which
god, wow, that's an
really-
early
that's young,
death.
Yeah. Which, I mean, she
She
went through a
probably,
lot of
yeah,
shit.
I was gonna say.
President George H.W. Bush
W.
honored her as one of his 1,000 points of light, which is a big
Wow.
deal.
Yeah.
So she said, so this is just a quote from her. She said, "You can't make sense out of the innocent slaughter of Sharon and the other victims. The most that I or any person touched by violence can hope for is acceptance of the pain. You never forget it, not even with the passage of time. But if, in my work, I can help transform Sharon's legacy from murder victim to a symbol for victims' rights, I will have accomplished what I set out to do."
Oh my gosh.
And she went to all the parole hearings, and she would literally look at these people when they would be like, well, you know, like, I think I should be let out because I have, like, changed and I'm a model behavior, and, like, they'd, like, beg for their thing.
Yeah.
And she would literally sit there in front of them and be like, did you give my fucking daughter mercy when she was begging for her life? Like, she
her
would literally
child's
sit there
life?
and be like, really, fucker? Like,
Good.
she would not let these people sit there and try to get sympathy. She was like, and she would say, you deserve nothing. Like, you don't
No,
deserve
you don't
mercy.
deserve anything.
Like, I don't care if you're gonna sit there and pretend that Charlie brainwashed you and that you didn't know what you were doing. Like, fuck off. You did it.
You did it still.
And, like, good for her. Cause she's,
Yeah,
and
hell
now
yeah.
that her sister is keeping, because she's gone to every one of Leslie Van Houten's parole hearings. And,
And
it's
do
like,
you know,
nope.
just a side note, that she, like, sometimes she'll go to, like, visit her sister's grave, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, there's still people that follow, like, are Manson's followers,
Oh, of
quote
course.
unquote, and they left, like, a jar of broken glass at Sharon Tate's grave and then jumped out at her and started, like, yelling at her.
What?
Yeah, isn't that so fucked up?
Seriously? Like, what kind of, I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it.
I don't understand
An
at all.
innocent person. Like, totally innocent person.
They just don't give a fuck.
They suck, man.
So, we done did it.
So there's Charlie Manson
That
and
was
his
my
fucked
first
up
case I
followers.
covered.
Yay, you did so good.
And you did that end, though.
But that's okay.
Yeah, then got boring, so I was just like,
The end got boring.
no,
I
I'm just
love it.
kidding.
It got kind of complicated at the end.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know technicalities, bye.
Yeah. It's really just
I just know that I'm a hippie and I'm tired.
like I said, the meat and the potatoes were the murders.
The mothers.
You know. So yeah, that's Charlie Manson. And I think
Yeah.
we don't have what we're going to do next week because I'm still trying to decide, but it's not going to be a heavy hitter. It's going to be something a little more obscure.
Yeah, we want to do an obscure thing.
Because I know a lot of people dug that Dyatlov Pass episode we did about the crazy dead Russian.
Yep, and the
And-
Yearnings and shit.
Those are kind of fun. So I'm going to do one like that. I'm going to find one that's kind of obscure, kind of like conspiracy theory-ish, I think. So we'll announce it because this is gonna post in a couple days. But I'll announce it as soon as I know which one we're gonna do, so you guys can get super psyched for it.
Super duper psyched. And I won't do basicest research. I'll do the most
Like
research.
a notch above.
I spent so much time researching this.
It's true. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Today, Annie's mom walked into the living room and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Watching a Charles Manson documentary. Hello."
You know, no big deal.
Hello. Just like, okay.
So yeah, we've been loving your messages. So I just want to particularly shout out Mason D. Arnold from the Right Wrong Turn podcast, because he was so sweet. And he gave us, literally, he made our week with his message.
He literally made our week, Mason, so great.
You're fucking awesome. I chatted with you for a bit, and you're rad.
And everyone go listen to him and his friend's podcast.
Because him and his friend Tyler do an amazing job. They are super into the research, and he's awesome. Podcast is awesome. Go listen to it. And so keep the messages coming because we love them. Seriously, I can't even tell you how much they make our
it makes my week.
We end up dancing around, being like, "We got a message."
I'll text Alaina and I'll be like, "Did you just see our DM?" Should we talk about our idea that we have?
Oh yes. So we are thinking of doing a Patreon because we love doing this. We're having so much fun doing this, and we want to continue doing this. We do have a couple of expenses that we need to, podcast hosting and all that good stuff, equipment.
We want to get better at audio eventually.
And we do want to start doing some merch for you guys. So, we need to have a little bit of cashish to do that. So we're going to try to do a Patreon. We're going to make it live in a little bit.
We'll do stuff for you guys.
That's what we're just trying to come up with some cool rewards for you guys.
We'll do different episodes that only you guys can listen to.
Yeah, we're thinking of doing smaller bonus episodes that you get, you'll be able to get just through the Patreon levels, basically. And we'll do so. We want to do merch. Maybe we'll do
give
merch
you shout outs on the podcast for sure.
Shout outs, we're going to come up with some cool stuff. So be on the lookout for that. Follow us on Instagram at Morbid Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Morbid Podcast, and find us on Facebook. Rate and review, please.
Yeah, we've gotten
the reviews
some nice
we're getting
reviews.
Are amazing, and they're making us smile, and they're making us want to keep doing this and keep doing it better and better. And honestly, the podcast community, other podcasters,
are so nice.
I can't, it is literally like a little family, especially the true crime podcast. In general, podcasters seem to be pretty rad.
So rad.
I mean, we're pretty rad, so.
I think I'm rad.
Obviously.
I don't know about you.
But just make sure to rate and review. You can find us anywhere. Subscribe, please.
Yeah.
Because the more you do that, the more we're going to bump up in the ratings, and the more we can do.
Maybe Spotify will finally let us on their
Spotify.
app. Spotify.
We're trying to get on Spotify. We're waiting for them to get back. They take forever.
So long.
Please let us on Spotify.
Please.
We're on everything else.
Literally.
So find us, Google, iTunes, Podbean, TuneIn, Stitcher.
Blubbery.
Blueberry.
I'm kidding.
And, so we will see you. We're gonna post this very soon.
Yeah.
And I will let you guys know what the next episode is going to be. Until then, sit on pins and needles because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you keep it weird.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.